Oregon waiting for a federal court decision whether National Guard troops can be deployed in Portland. Today, another federal court ruled to allow the president to keep the National Guard under federal command in Chicago, but there are some guardrails. Welcome to KOIN 6 News at 5. I'm Lisa Balick. The latest in this afternoon in the president's plans to deploy National Guard troops in some cities. Today in Chicago, a federal appeals court lifted a judge's order, so now the National Guard there is under federal control, but they still can't be deployed in Chicago, says the court. Meanwhile, here in Oregon, we are waiting for that federal court to rule what happens to the Guard here. Troops from Oregon and California at Guard bases, not in the streets. Travis Tyke is live outside the ICE facility in South Portland. He has a deep dive into what this latest court ruling in Chicago means. Travis, also, what's the situation there at this hour out front of ICE?
Yeah, Lisa, it's almost tough to hear you right now because it is so loud down here. Protests are underway. I'm going to step out of the frame so you can see. In fact, the Unipiper is showing up just moments ago. If you can hear those bagpipes out in the distance, you can see the Unipiper starting to make his way toward our camera here. But these protests have been peaceful. We've been out here for about 30 minutes now, seeing a lot of chanting, a lot of music being played, bubbles being blown, and of course, the costume party continues to make its presence known here by the ICE facility. But as you mentioned, these protests do continue to play out as we wait for that ruling from the Ninth Circuit Court of Appeals to decide if President Trump can legally deploy National Guard troops in Portland. As of right now, National Guard troops can remain under federal control, but they cannot be deployed as the appeals process continues to play out on that temporary restraining order put in place by U.S. District Court Judge Karen Immergut. Now, we did speak with Professor Tung Yin at Lewis and Clark Law School, and he says he thinks the appeal will favor the administration.
If the troops are only deployed to protect the ICE building, my sense from the argument is that the panel would be probably okay with that.
As for the next steps and when we could get a ruling from the Ninth Circuit Court of Appeals, Professor Yin says the panel is likely drafting their opinions and looking to announce their ruling anytime before Friday, October 17th. Let's go ahead and bring it back out live. Again, the Unipiper making his presence known as he is now wheeling his way over by the ICE facility. Now, the reason that date of Friday, October 17th matters, that's when U.S. District Court Judge Karen Immergut has a hearing to potentially extend the temporary restraining order, which is what is currently blocking the deployment of the National Guard in Portland. So again, Lisa, painting the scene here down in South Portland by the ICE facility. A lot of movement, a lot of noise. The bubbles continue to be blown, but these protests have been peaceful, albeit quite active here this evening. Back to you.